The Hustleshare podcast is sponsored by One CFO, the Philippines' leading fractional CFO services provider for startups, scale-ups, and SMEs. Experience the power of tech-enabled, efficient, affordable, and expert-led fractional CFO services. Let One CFO handle your finances so you can focus on growing your business. Book your free CFO consultation today.
This episode of Hustleshare is brought to you by PLDT Enterprise, your partner that remains committed to your success. If you're loving stories of growth and grit, don't miss ROI to Success, a series powered by PLDT Enterprise that dives into real digital transformation journeys of Filipino businesses, from MSMEs to industry giants. Listen to the latest episodes and learn how PLDT Enterprise can power your business too. Visit pldtenterprise.com to explore solutions built for your success.
Part of the plan is really not only that we have a very good team. I'm so blessed to have a very good team with me right now who helped me create this audience measurement. And it's, by the way, Ron, it is AI.
I can imagine, because you cannot do that na mano-mano. Good luck. Okay.
So,
like NCAP but on steroids.
Welcome to Hustleshare, the podcast that features the daily grinds of unique hustlers around the world to show not our differences, but that our hustles are very much alike. Now here's your host, Ronster Beityong.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Hustleshare podcast. It's been a while since I last recorded, so I'm a little rusty. But today, we will be doing another edition of the PLDT Enterprise ROI to Success version of the Hustleshare podcast. And of course, every single time they do this, they have a banger of an episode. And today, we're going tech, but again, we want to showcase one of the most bankable and most exciting space in all of advertising. So it's a little personal to me. I'm also in digital media, but I'm in the newer media. The type of budgets that we get are minuscule compared to the type of budgets that these guys get. And one of the best, if not the best, in the business is obviously NYXSYS. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show their chairman and CEO of NYXSYS, Mr. Joel Callao. Whoop, whoop. Joel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ron, for having me on the show. It's really an honor and privilege to be part of ROI to Success and be part of your program as well.
Thank you so much. And again, this is therapy for me. Talking to fellow founders and entrepreneurs who are able to ROI their way to success. Because majority of the time, it's just a path towards ROI. It's a lot of hustle and bustle before you even ROI. But again, big fan of what you guys do in the digital out-of-home space thing. But without further ado, I need to ask you the $1 million question. Joel, what's your hustle?
My hustle is basically keep finding ways on how to make an impact in the industry or in the space that I'm into right now, making something significant and relevant that the whole industry would benefit. So that's my hustle.
Okay, now before we talk about your hustle now, and again, you guys are the best in the business in what you do in the DOOH space. I need you to buckle up real quick, okay? Because this can be a bumpy ride. There's a bit of turbulence, mabagyo, okay? Because we're gonna have to go all the way back to understand your origin story. Because what we see now is the finished product or the current version of you, but this wasn't built in a day. You had to go through a lot of pain and suffering to get to where you are now, because we're going to have to ride the Hustleshare time machine. All right. And we're all the way back. And that's what I want to find out. Okay. Before we even talk about DOOH or digital advertising, whatever we call it now, I want to understand your very first influences to hustling. What was the origin story of a certain Joel Callao before we even know you as a hustler now? And who were the very first influences that you've had in technically hustling and that helped you to nurture the type of hustler that you are now?
I think it dates me back to during my college days that I see myself as really something that can sell anything. Can sell
Wow.
anything. Yeah. So when I graduated college,
Okay.
by the way, I'm from PUP.
There you go.
Yeah,
Polytechnic,
yeah,
Santa
go.
Mesa, Santa Mesa represent.
PUP, parang UP.
There you, there you go. I didn't know that was what it stood for. No, but sorry, I'm just gonna add on to this. Whenever
Sige.
I see an applicant or anyone from PUP, I go out of my way to really look if the person is a fit, because PUPians have a great reputation of hard workers and being industrious and being able to make something out of nothing because of
Yeah.
scarcity. That's the default
Yeah.
in PUP. So walk me through how that technically molded you, and how did you become someone that can sell anything from
Yeah.
those roots?
Those drivers that I think it's really very natural in me. Despite that, I came from a state university, public school, therefore. I always envisioned myself to be working with multinational companies, big multinational companies. So
Wow.
I'm into sales. So first thing
Hustler nga.
first thing I targeted was one of the major pharmaceutical companies here in the Philippines.
Wow.
Can I mention the name?
Of course, go lang. We will give them we'll give them the invoice after.
Yeah, I pursued myself with Abbott Laboratories, and that was 1989. Yeah. So just a brief story, when I applied for the job, it's really something that would really intimidate you, because lahat nung kasabay ko from UP, LaSalle, Ateneo, and I'm the only one from a state university.
Okay.
Then final interview went. So I was interviewed by the country manager, and he's an American.
Okay.
And he told me that, Joel, the only people we hire here are people coming from De La Salle, Ateneo, UP, or you must be good looking. So, I told him, so when do I start? I'm hired, right?
Okay lang pala. That was the
So from then on, I really start my journey of selling. That's for about year 2000. I resigned from my career in sales and started this advertising. But prior to that, on the side, I'm doing a hustle on selling sardines in bottles during the time I was doing that on the side. And the investment to 50,000 grew to almost 800,000 during that.
That's crazy.
But things happened when the issue about Nata de Coco went crazy. And, you were one of the fallen victims of that. So I went back again to corporate, and on year 2000, I resigned from a automotive company.
Okay.
And started my field in advertising. And although I'm in sales, I'm not really into out-of-home advertising.
Okay.
So I need to really know the ropes and find out how out-of-home advertising works. And during that time, the famous photographic billboards are the ones. During the time, it was still on a birth stage. On a birth stage.
Not much before pa.
Not much before. So a few big players there during that time. And some of them are still present right now.
Yeah.
So that's how I started with just simple brokering of sites and just looking for locations. I have my camera, then just point and shoot to any locations I think that it can sell. Then I prepared the Photoshop materials proposal and submitted to advertising agencies and advertisers as well. So lo and behold, one day, somebody called me and told me that my client wants this site for their billboard. And
Wow.
that was the first major contract that I had. It was a 26 million contract during the time. That was year 2000.
Wow.
I got hold of the down payment. Usually they pay 50%
Correct.
down. The problem starts that I don't even know exactly where to put the billboard. It's just a random photo that I took.
Right.
So, in short, I had to really
Deliver.
deliver and look for the person for the owner of the property. Then finally, I got hold of the property and put the billboard in a rush. In a rush because there's a delivery time.
Okay.
And I pressured my contractor to really put up the billboard. And despite the impossibilities of delivering the billboard on time, we made it stand along EDSA.
Wow. Which area is this?
That was the one in Orense, EDSA
Wow.
Guadalupe.
That is prime time.
Yeah.
Northbound, southbound?
Southbound.
Oh, that's huge.
Southbound. Yeah,
I
that's
always see BDO there.
Yeah.
Yan. Suki
Yeah.
nila yan. That's always there.
Hinahaya na nila yan. Tapos, natayo na yung billboard. The billboard was there, but then I took photos of the billboard and sent it to the client in Hong Kong through the ad agency here in Manila. So we went for lunch because we already took photos. Then going back from Jupiter Bel Air, I saw there was a traffic on the Buendia flyover. It was very unusual for a time of the day that traffic is so heavy. Then when I went down in EDSA, I saw the tarpaulin of the billboard was really brushing along the...
Was dangling. Oh my God, that's scary.
So it went down. It went down. It really went down. Then people are really looking for me and questioning me, MMDA, Meralco was there, and it was really something traumatic. So I really didn't expect those things. And but the thing is, this adversity, I would say, did not stop me. But rather use this adversity into my advantage of really moving forward and selling of what we can do and what we should not do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we were able to gain the confidence of clients, big clients, Unilever, Globe, Coke.
Wow.
That was the start of the billboard business, the billboard journey I have.
Galing.
The company was major in terms of, the company I built was major in terms of, we were the biggest static billboard during that time because one of the clients asked to put a very big billboard along EDSA. That's the biggest. They call it the mother of all billboards.
Godzilla, technically.
But on the other side, that was owned by Mr. Alvin Carranza. That's also one of the biggest. That's the father of all billboards.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they were married. Okay. That's amazing. But Joel, I want to understand. So I can relate so much because if you strip me of all my other skills, I've developed a lot of skills through time because as an entrepreneur, you have no choice. You have to be a polymath. A polymath is an expert across multiple fields. So people always say, you can't be successful if you're a jack of all trades. Apparently, and I just learned about this through ChatGPT because I asked ChatGPT recently about, hey, what's your feedback on me? Well, what do you think are my strengths and weaknesses as an entrepreneur? And then he taught me about being a polymath. A polymath is basically having multiple skills or expert in multiple skills, and you were able to build synergy around it. Yeah. But if you strip me of all the other skills, what's going to be left of me is persuasion and salesmanship. That's what I enjoy the most. Budolera by default. Okay. So what I want to understand is this, because I take so much joy from talking to another hustler to another hustler, because in sales and persuasion, it's a game of rejection.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
right.
You know, it's a numbers game. We always talk about. I want to understand how you were able to build your MO, your modus operandi. How does one Joel Callao go from a cold lead to a hot lead? How do you like to go through that process typically?
I think it's another nature in me is that I am really persistent, and at the same time consistent. So that's two major traits that I have during the time when I was starting to build this business. There was one time that I can recall that every day I went to the lobby of this multinational company
Okay.
just to wait for the person who is the key decision maker for billboard.
Okay.
But she doesn't shows up. She knows that I was there, but she doesn't shows up.
Okay.
Every day I was at the lobby waiting for her, hoping by chance that I could speak to her. And finally, after 3 months of doing that,
Wow.
she entertained me, and that was the first break that we were able to penetrate this very big multinational consumer company. And that was the start of everything. That almost all of the projects were given to us. I think the key here is the thing that I really possess a lot in terms of when I put my foot on in front of the door is that I'm being genuine. I'm being the person who I am. I'm not. I'm the real deal. So, meaning to say, I can build relationship based on who I am, and I'm not selling basically billboard. I was there for a relationship.
Correct.
Relationship meaning I can deliver more than that what I am offering to you. Meaning to say the added value of service, the added value of being friends and sharing each other's life problems.
Correct.
In short, I have established that kind of I would say not strategy but strength that I capitalize every time I do meet clients, and just being the person who I am, and really not over promising, but I always make sure that I over deliver.
Absolutely. Now, last question before we take our first break. Again, sales, regardless of how good and how genuine you can be, there's no guarantee. There's a 90% chance you're gonna get a no, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I want to ask this, and just setting up the context, is as an entrepreneur, people always think, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't want to sell. Nakakahiya. How the hell are you gonna how the hell are you gonna create a company if you cannot persuade? Because persuasion is the name of the game.
Yeah.
So number one, if you're trying to persuade, you're not just trying to persuade clients. You're trying to persuade fellow co-founders to join you in this crazy journey that you're thinking of. You're trying to persuade key employees, first hires, that, hey, don't take the offer of a big Fortune 500 company. Go crazy and I'll pay you less to join with me. And of course, getting the reputation that's out there. Every single one of them is persuasion.
Yeah,
That's technically sales as a thing. And if you don't know how to take a no, it's gonna be very, very hard for you to get a yes, because that's usually the step to get a yes. But I want to know one thing before we take our first break. For those people who also are scared, because typically that's the first wall you have to go through. I'm scared of being rejected. We eat rejection for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. How do you move past those rejections? Because you said you're very persistent. And sometimes the first no is most no's are not nevers. It's a not yet. But what's your style in breaking through every single no that's been thrown to you?
Yeah, every waking moment, every morning, selling starts when you wake up. You have to sell an idea to your wife or to your children. You have to you have to do a lot of convincing, and of course with love and care, of course, as you try to sell an idea to them.
Yep.
So that's really selling in the sense early in the morning.
Yep.
Then when you step in the office, of course, selling the vision of the company to your employees.
Correct.
Is another thing. And of course, I must be consistent in saying that this is who we are and this is the why behind what we do, and all of us must embrace it. So I'm happy if I can see the employees are really embracing into it and really jumping into the vision and owning the vision at the same time. And on the other stakeholders, our clients and
Yep.
our partners at the same time, we can always say that the selling part is that really being there to deliver the expectations, and more than that, bringing added value on them, on what you have committed, on what. And so it's really a cycle of influence. Every day is an influence. So
Correct.
being persistent, being consistent, being persuasive is really building a very strong influence around people around you, in people around you, and not only the people around you, but even in anywhere that you will expand. So influence is a very important thing, and that influence must make sure that you have a positive influence.
Correct.
To these people, around you.
I totally agree. No, totally agree. And I love it. And again, this is something I know it's just going to get better through time in this episode. But before that, let's take our first break. And when we come back, we will now talk about, of course, the early you talked about a bit about the early iterations of NYXSYS, but how did you grow into this behemoth that you guys have been able to do? And that's not an accident. Well, let's talk about that more after the break. Hey, hustlers, are you a busy entrepreneur juggling a ton of tasks while trying to keep your finances in check? Thinking of raising money from investors or lenders but have no idea how to start? Well, you are not alone. Managing business finances is tough. But don't worry, I got something for you. Introducing OneCFO, the leading fractional CFO service and technology provider for SMEs, startups, and scale-ups in the Philippines. Whether you need help with financial management, fundraising strategy, or scaling up operations, their team of top-tier CFOs and their game-changing CFO tech platform have got you covered. And they're legit because I've heard about them from a lot of YC startups actually that got founded in the Philippines, because they've helped a ton of VC-backed startups, scale-ups, and some of the best SMEs in the country reach new heights. OneCFO is your strategic financial partner, providing the insights, guidance, and the tools you need to make smarter decisions and drive growth. Plus, they offer personalized support tailored to what your business needs, no matter the size. And what's the best part? It won't break the bank. OneCFO services are affordable and accessible to businesses of all sizes. So if you're ready to level up your business and finances, what are you waiting for? Schedule a free CFO consultation with OneCFO. Visit onecfoph.co today. That's onecfoph.co today to get your free CFO consultation. And we're back from the break. We are still with Joel Callao that told us the amazing start and foundational buduling, or aka persuasion that he's been able to do. I love it when I talk to fellow hustlers, because that, again, that's me at the core of what we do. But I want to understand several things, because even if you are a polymath or you're good at one thing and you're probably top 1% in the world and whatnot, business is a team sport. Success is a team sport. Before we even talk about how you're able to grow NYXSYS to where it is now and how you evolved from static to digital, I want to understand who helped you in this journey and who were your teammates that you brought along. Because we are sometimes, as entrepreneurs, we are our own worst enemy, because we can be tunnel visioned and we forget that, hey, we do have weaknesses and we need to fill in those weaknesses for people who can not just watch our back, but carry us to the promised land where we're not the ones who can actually pull that off. Who were those people for you?
Yeah. First, I'd like to go back again on the shift or transformation from static to digital.
Yeah.
It was a long journey, actually. It took me about 13 years in static or legacy billboard going to digital. And during that 13 years, I was already exposed to a lot of innovations, technologies, and the creative side on me is really parang gustong pumawala yung creativity sa akin because I really want to do what the industry in the US are doing in Times Square, and we go to Piccadilly Circus in London. You want that same thing to happen in the Philippines, in Manila. So all of this creativity is already right there. And going back during the static days or the billboard days, my company was able to gain a lot of awards from international advertising bodies in some executions of products or advertising. We were the ones who were in charge to put up the world's largest photo mosaic in EDSA. Working together with Close Up during the time. And one of the awards also was given to us by another in Cannes, where we entered Pond's billboard, the one with the janitor mopping the skin pore, and the pimple, the girl hiding the pimple using the tarpaulin of the billboard.
I love it.
So all of those execution was part of my creativity, and it never stopped me there. I really want to push for more. That's why in year 2014, I decided to leave the former company and come up with a new company which is more focused on digital out of home. It was really impossible for us to really come up with the largest LED display along EDSA. And that was for us, that was a feat to come up with a 1,014 square meters along EDSA. It really got the attention of so many people. And how come they were able to build that? There were a lot of stories. It was the start of the first largest LED in the Philippines and also in Asia during that time. And when we move further, the roadmap is really to build a number of digital assets, not only on the road, but also in the malls. So that's one thing that the roadmap is telling us where to go. And of course, building all of this was capex heavy. And during the time, we were still on transition financially on how to really put up all of this LED screens inside the malls and LED along EDSA and C5. So we were able to achieve that pre-pandemic time, and we were already gaining traction on the biggest LED in EDSA. We were fully loaded in terms of advertisers, and there's no more spaces, especially during Christmas holidays. We were maxed out during that time, and pandemic came, then everything stopped. So we don't have any prepared business plan for pandemic. But I waited and prayed a lot. We need to stay afloat, and pivot, think of something that we can pivot the company and do another approach how to not only to survive but to make this company thrive again. So that is where we came out and we have created the technology part of what we're doing right now.
Wow.
So it was born out of a problem. Pandemic came, but we were able to think on how to come up with something that would make us go back to the track again and make relevant changes in what we do. Ron, we came up with I thought of including audience measurement on all the digital.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how were you able to do that?
Yeah, crazy, but I would say this is the first audience measurement done here in the Philippines by our company. And it's the audience measurement that is far more better than what audience measurement is available in Europe or in the US. So that's what I thought of, and we thought of coming up with an audience measurement that can produce data, enable people to engage, and enable people to interact, and enable people to be converted and consume the product. So it's really something that we measure, we analyze, provide analysis on the data. Then we make sure that there's engagement and conversion in the end. So that's the four things that we really aim to establish in coming up with this audience measurement. So during that period, it was really all beta testing period. So then finally this year, we are launching it to media agencies, to brands.
Ooh-wee.
And really the acceptance is really so overwhelming.
Nice.
And of course, part of the plan is really not only that we have a very good team. I'm so blessed to have a very good team with me right now who helped me create this audience measurement. And it's, by the way, Ron, it is AI.
I can imagine, because you cannot do that na mano-mano. Good luck. Okay.
So
it's like NCAP but on steroids. Right.
Yeah, so the heart of it, everything is really, it's an AI-powered audience.
I can imagine.
So as I mentioned, I'm so blessed to have this team with me, working alongside with me, believing in the vision and embracing the vision where we want to go. And another area that I should consider is who would be the reliable partner for us to be able to
pull it off.
This, because this is a big data business.
Correct.
And at the same time, all the data must be secured. All the data must be built in a very strong firewall.
Right.
So all of these things have to be considered. Not only that we have a great team of creating or writing the codes, but we should have a vehicle that would protect everything.
Absolutely.
Because the whole plan, Ron, is to stitch all these digital assets nationwide and broadcast one single content here in EDSA that can be seen in
simultaneously.
Wow,
that is intense.
That's the whole plan. And at the same time, upon delivering those content, on the other end is extracting all the data because of the audience measurement.
Wow.
Going back to us and giving it to advertisers and the brand. Yeah, so
that's amazing. No, and I can just imagine. So again, I'm also in the media space, but the way we create our advertising spots is through creating on-demand content naman through podcasts. And that's in the form of long-form content like this and the clips that come along with it. But the analytics we get is not real time because obviously we need to get people to consume the content first, measure how they behave and whatnot. But and it also is already expensive to create content like this. Imagine more how expensive that is, capex wise, to create an info like this where you can actually blast, let's just say, advertiser X1, or let's just say PLDT Enterprise wants to blast 10,000 CPM right now at this moment at this time. Block out all the other competitors. Man, how do you even pull that off? And dapat sakto the timing, right?
Yeah.
You cannot pull that off. So Joel, what was it like for PLDT Enterprise to really help you ROI yourself to success, considering all these investments that you guys did in terms of infra?
Our financial books speaks that we have tripled our income, and in terms of sales, we also experience exponential sales because of the partnership with PLDT Enterprise in terms of this technological securities and everything that we need to deliver all the data and extract all the data and provide all the content in all of our digital assets. So, yeah, triple yung growth natin.
Sulit. Sulit na sulit. Ayan.
Sobra.
Okay. But I want to now understand, because again, it requires a heavy investment from you, capex-wise, but also infra-wise. I want to understand, obviously, you invested through PLDT Enterprise. Imagine doing this on a home DSL line. Good luck. You won't be able to get this. I want to understand, how did PLDT Enterprise help you achieve the ROI that you're looking for such an investment as big as this?
We are so thankful that PLDT came in on the right time. I would say the timing is very perfect because as we transition into digital AI analytics, PLDT was there offering and giving us services and readily available infrastructure that we don't need to put our own capex on it, but rather have this system that is very robust and very self-assuring in terms of what we do. And I believe that the ROI to success together with PLDT is very, very just arm's length. Yeah. So meaning to say we can achieve our ROI 5 times in the next 1 to 3 years because of the services and the packages that are very favorable to the business model that we have. And we are so thankful that really the key promise, which is ROI to success, is really real together with PLDT. And we can never do this without them. I would say that it really is a perfect partnership that we have. Our internal team is very passionate about moving forward on this plan. And PLDT, on the other hand, provides the right vehicle for us to go to that destination successfully.
That is amazing. And I totally agree. Again, success is a team sport. If you did not invest in the right partner, I don't care how monumental or how big the investment that you wanted to do was going to be, it wasn't going to work if you didn't have the right inflow partner. And super duper right call on making PLDT Enterprise your partner. Imagine if you had downtime and you were trying to blast all this.
Yeah,
this ads. Right. Good luck to you. Patay. I don't care how big the down payment is. You're going to have to return a lot of money in penalties and you're not going to do well. But I want to understand one thing, because obviously in the advertising and content business and whatnot, this hinges so much on continuous excellence and great relationships with clients. So, of course, the easy part, honestly, the easy part is persuading someone to try you out. The hard part is delivering the promise and making sure that as your company or your clients' company's needs evolve, you are able to keep up. How were you able to nurture those relationships? Because, like what I said, technology is now evolving at a pace that's breakneck. If you're not able to keep up, you're gonna be, totally eradicated in a few months' time. How are you able to nurture those relationships and also evolve your technology stack along the way?
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Ron. To articulate yung tanong mo, your question is, when we step into this transformation of being digital, our goal is to really create every single day and innovate everything that we have created. So that's one mantra of my team, that gusto ko na maglagay dito, Ron, sa office beware you're entering your safe space. Kasi pag naging tingin mo safe space to, wala ka ng room.
You're hooked forever.
Relax mode ka. But the thing is, I'm so blessed that my team is always the challenge of embracing the new developments, new ideas, new technologies. So, and all of this, Ron, goes back to yung passion namin to really, how do we put ourselves 10 steps ahead of our competitor?
Yeah.
And this 10 steps, how would it benefit the industry? So it's always the end goal, the end game that we need to deliver. And mind you that as we develop audience measurement that would measure impressions, dwell time, demographics, emotional data, even emotional data. And we found out that not only that what we have developed is for advertising purpose only. And now we're, as you mentioned, how do you keep on creating and innovating yourselves? And now we have developed another path, which is understanding behavior.
Yeah.
So from advertising practitioners, we're now addressing marketers, which is in store. So we can now see the behavior of people inside the store. What is their preference? What products do they buy? How much time do they spend on a supermarket aisle?
Right.
And which aisle do they spend most? So all of this data are both for marketers and the other data for advertisers. Now we can really see numbers that would lead us to a very good decision. And now the KPIs are now very clear in terms of advertising, in terms of trade and retail. So that's one thing that we make sure that we continue to evolve and we continue to innovate. And not only that we try to provide a more deeper data that we can provide. For example, we're coming up with a socio-economic identification.
Wow.
The socio-economic identification is what car are you driving? What's the brand of your shirt? What's the brand of your bag? Now we can now classify how many people are
mukhang mahirap or nagpapanggap na mahirap.
Pwede sa green news.
Like, uy, naka-Sando, but naka-Richard Mille. What the hell?
All of these things are being on the pipe, that part of our innovations. And so, and this information, this data would really help a lot the advertisers and at the same time the marketers to really determine who are they targeting to and how do they anticipate this behavior of the market. Yeah.
Super duper exciting, and I'm glad we're now at that are now at that era, because again, as these behavioral measurements happen, and the ability for you to iterate, things are just going to get better for everyone. From the marketers, products are going to get better, and more products, lifestyles are going to be improving, because as this whole chain, this value chain comes through, and the faster that data comes through, imagine before you'd have to wait for a quarter to understand what the hell the estimates, not even accurate estimates, that were like. Now that iteration is fast, and when iteration is fast, impact is almost instantaneous.
And real time. Anytime you need it, you can have all those data reports.
Yes.
In your hand.
Everybody happy.
Yeah, everybody happy. So really, the challenge now really is, I would say, if I would put percentages sa technology embracing, right now kasi isang nakikita namin challenge, marami tayong clients or friends in the industry that are used to using the old school, and now when you present something that is technology, kasi ngayon yung data natin, Ron, hindi ka na magko-compute ng CPM.
Matik na.
Kasi yung AI na yung gumagawa lahat ng computation eh.
Correct.
So lahat available na, even the cost per spot, lahat ito, dwell time, impressions, lahat it's being already available. But the thing with the challenge is now really the embracing part of our clients. I would say merong certain percentage pa rin, but remember, yung composition ngayon ng industry, maraming Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Maraming Gen Zs that are coming into the industry, and
Correct.
these Gen Zs are really very powerful in the sense that they really want to make significant changes in the workplace, no? And that's one. So again, thankful ako sa Gen Zs, because without them, yung understanding about technology is really something that is far more than what they see, that they understand. And I'm beginning to learn a lot from them.
No, for sure.
I would say that I would never ever, parang hindi ko mag-give up yung mga moments ko sa kanila, dahil these are most precious moments, working with them, brainstorming with them, and talagang they can speak their thoughts, and look at what I cannot see.
No, for sure. And because by default, the Gen Zs, and I also had an adjustment period, like, what is the Gen Zs? They're soft. But if you harness the Gen Z's power, which is number one, they're the only generation, there's the first, not the only, they're the first generation that by default, when they were born, they already had gadgets to play with at 0 years old.
That's right.
These are the people that had cell phones, eventually evolved into tablets. They are savvy by default. So they didn't need to understand that. That's who they are. And of course, by default, they always want to get an upgrade. And when they bring that upgrade mentality in the workspace, and it's like, hey, how can we make this better? The adaptation period, they don't need to be laggards in this manner. They're early adapters, or early majority at the latest, for them to adapt it. Because the way they will play around with it is not study it in school. It's by tinkering with the whole thing, and eventually they will get the whole thing. For sure. And I mean, Gen Zs powered by like AI with ChatGPT, it's scary. They are super duper duper fast. And if you're not able to keep up, you are going to be left behind. But okay, let's take our last break. And when we come back, I want to understand your advice for fellow entrepreneurs, and you'll pay it forward to our listeners, because I'm pretty sure you have a lot of great advice and anecdotes that you can share to other fellow founders and entrepreneurs. Well, let's talk about that more after the break. Okay, guys, quick break to thank our sponsor, PLDT Enterprise. We're all about growth here, and if you're serious about scaling your business, you need the right partner. PLDT Enterprise is committed to your success, offering fixed, wireless, and ICT solutions for businesses of every size. So if you're ready to transform, check out pldtenterprise.com. That's pldtenterprise.com to explore their digital solutions for your business today.
Hey hustlers, before we resume the episode, let me tell you a very quick secret. Do you guys ever wonder how we're able to consistently release episode after episode here in Hustleshare without missing a date over the past 3 years? Well, it's not just pure hustle, because I'm also running my podcast along with me running my startup full time. Now, for some of you who have listened to this podcast, you guys very well know that I created a startup that is designed to help the best podcasters in Southeast Asia to realize their full potential, which is called Podcast Network Asia. And over the past couple of years, we've achieved quite a lot in P&A, helping hundreds of podcasters create world-class episodes consistently. However, what we realize is that we are not really solving the real problem of all podcasters in the world if we're not going to productize the thing that we're very good at, which is helping podcasters solve the two main pain points of a podcaster, which is number one, nobody really likes to edit their own show. Especially if you're listening to your own voice. Just like me, I cringe a lot. Having to listen to my voice for 3 to 4 hours just to release a 1-hour episode. It's no fun. And then the other thing is that most podcasters, just like me, are absolutely clueless on how to properly grow their show, which is something that we have perfected in Podcast Network Asia. So we've decided to put this all in one product that helps any podcaster in the world create world-class shows that people will love and will continuously grow. And that's why we created Pod Machine. Pod Machine is the most affordable podcast subscription service that helps you with your podcasting needs. We've got everything from audio production, crafting designs, and marketing and growth support. So as a podcaster, you can now just focus on the thing that matters the most, creating great content for your listeners. So, if you are an existing podcaster or someone that actually wants to create their podcast now, no need to worry. You got a founder's discount by listening here on Hustleshare. So sign up now at podmachine.com. And aside from the free trial that you're going to get as a new user, I'm throwing in another one free edit as soon as you sign up for just as low as $49.99 USD a month to start creating a consistent and world-class podcast. Again, that's podmachine.com and use the code Hustleshare to get your founder discount. So if you have friends that are podcasters and if you want to have a podcast just like this, y'all know what to do. So just go and talk to you guys in Pod Machine.
And we're back from the break. We are still with Sir Joel Callao. Then told us the amazing evolution of NYXSYS from going from static to digital and the scary innovation that's going to be coming. Because, of course, when Jose Marichan starts singing in a few weeks, alam na. Okay. those billboards are going to be pretty convincing. I hope you are not driving fast when you get convinced to make a budol purchase on 99 onwards. I already know what you're gonna do to us. Ay, nako. All the ones who are marupok, good luck to you. Okay, but I want to understand now, Joel, because as a fellow hustler, right? We're very much driven by ambition of what's next, what's more, and whatnot. And sometimes I'm now 37, but I'm probably right smack in the middle of my hustling career. I'm not that young anymore. My physical capability is not as like a spring chicken 20-year-old, but I'm more savvy. But I still wake up every day wanting more. And sometimes I think, and I'm scared of the day where, hala, what if I don't want more na? It's going to be really weird. And I feel like I'm never going to run out of wanting stuff. But how did you keep that fire going in wanting more, not just for you, but for the team and for the legacy that you're gonna leave behind for NYXSYS?
Yeah, actually, Ron, one thing that should be clear in the team is the goals and the visions of the company. And another important thing is they understand the big why of why we do things. And in terms of translating that into numbers, there are growth paths that we really need to define as numbers and in the years to come. And I think more behind all of those things of being driven, being passionate to have develop more, do more, come up with something more. It's all about the word more. So yung more kasi is kailangan din malinaw yung gusto nating boundaries. We should know the boundaries of doing it more, or minsan the tendency that we want more, nasa sideline na tayo dun sa yung totoong mission vision natin.
Correct.
Because we want more.
Yeah.
So minsan pag na-sideline na tayo, we become more inefficient. Yep. We become lost. We become derailed. We become confused. So make sure that anything that we want to have more, develop more, have more, is really aligned sa ano natin, sa vision. Not only that, having more, developing more, creating more should also be aligned in the core values of the company. So the core values speaks about yung culture na na-build natin. Sino ba talaga tayo? Yung what we're doing right now, is it really significant?
Correct.
May impact ba sa legacy na iiwanan natin later on? Yeah. These are the things that would really, for you to really look at having more on a much deeper sense, or mas lighter sense, na gagawin ko to because I want to build, but ito yung benefit niyan, especially yung mga next generation sa akin.
That is super inspiring.
That's one thing that is important, and yun nga, the sense of the word significance in what you really want to achieve. Yung nagawa mo pero seems may pa rin, may lacking pa rin sa'yo. Kasi hindi mo makita yung significance. You cannot see the significance of it. That's why you keep on discovering more.
No, I love it. And in your journey to wanting more, you still stay true to what your why is and why you do what you do. Because at the end of the day, like for example, we're all driven by that why changes from person to person, right? Yeah. Everybody has a different agenda, has a different why. But if you are, and that's the credits to you as a founder and as the leader of the brand, technically, if all these whys can all be technically in sync to a bigger why at the end, and that's completely clear, as you chase that more, whatever that is as a team perspective, that why is also constant, and everybody gets to achieve their smaller whys at the same time. I love it.
And you'll just be surprised if align lahat ng mga whys mo to the big why. Right. You will see yourself really parang organic yung paglaki mo siya. Yung paglaki mo organic. Hindi siya too much effort. They keep working hard, pushing hard.
Yeah.
Tapos at the end of the day, hindi pa rin na-achieve yung why, yung big why na yan. So, but everything is in sync and aligned based on who you are and what's the why behind you do it. You will see sudden changes, organic growth, not only in your business, but in your operation at the same time. And you as a person, nag-grow ka, nakikita mo na, understand mo yung malaking perspective on what you're doing right now. And soon enough, you'll be on the Forbes list.
Yan, okay. Akala ko Forbes Spark. Okay, wow. Okay. No, but I want to understand one thing, and you said it about the mentioned about something about growth. Because as well, I myself, I've been an full-time entrepreneur since 2012, so more or less 13 years. Not easy. Hardest thing I've ever done, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I think I made the right calls, though this is life on hard mode. But I do remember, if I look back, there are things that I kept along the way, but there are versions of me that I had to kill in order for a new, a better version to come out.
Yeah.
Because as a founder, you have to evolve and die along with an old version of you to give yourself a better chance for success. Because I believe that your business is your business's potential is directly proportional to your ability as a leader to evolve, right? Because you can't say, no, I always did it. There are things that can apply. I always did things this way. But like, for example, I had to change my leadership style as I differed with new generations. Like before, I led as a millennial or Gen Y. Okay. Hustle in between whatever. But when the Gen Zs came, I had to change the way I had to get them engaged to achieve our business goals because it's different. And they're wired differently. I want to understand that leadership journey of you, or what are those old versions of you that you had to get rid of
Yeah.
to give way to a better version of you. The reason I'm asking this is because a lot of founders are probably not even aware that, why do I feel stuck?
Mm.
And sometimes why we're stuck is because of us.
Yeah.
Because we choose to not evolve along with the needs of your company. What was that like?
First of all, yung leadership kasi it's not a position or a title. It's really a role that is mas in a deeper sense of the word is really working alongside your team. So I emphasize the word team because yun nga yung success, yung gusto nating goal ma-achieve, it's a team effort, hindi siya dahil ikaw yung nag-lead. No? Dahil ikaw yung nag-lead. No? So leadership is all about the inclusion of everyone. The inclusion of everyone. And the mentoring part, the coaching part is very important for the team, for you to really achieve. And yung openness mo and yung willingness to really accept that some of your ways, some of your learnings, the old school thoughts, hindi na nag-work ngayon because the market is very dynamic. The landscape is really changing. So yung me as a leader, me as the founder, hindi na mag-work yung mga dati kong principles kasi kailangan kong embrace yung mga sinishare ng mga young new generation. So it goes by saying, Ron, you cannot put new wine in old wine skin. Di ba? So sasabog yung wine skin. Masasayang lang yung new wine. So it's the same in our case, no? As we mature, as we mature in this field, kailangan natin i-accept yung fact that we need new wineskin for the new wine to come in.
I think they're all here. You're all the NYXSYS people that are here. Oh, yeah, you are the new wineskin. Shout out to all of you who are just here watching this interview transpire. But last question before we take we let you go. Right. Failure. Okay, so it's never a straight path. People always think, "Uy, businessman, you're everything papirma-pirma na lang and whatnot." We eat failure and doubt for a living, and you've been through this so many times on dark times and whatnot. But again, you're not just a survivor, but you're a winner. You've always found a way to win, from PUP all the way to the big billboards in ESSA who are AI powered now. Ayan. What's your advice in dealing with failure? Because failure is a constant in any type of career that you path, whether you become an entrepreneur, a leader, and whatnot. Sure ball ako. I don't care what you're gonna go through. You will fail. There's no such thing as a perfect score. But for every single failure that you had to go through, what was your way out, and how did you treat that in order to turn things around and get success after failure?
Yeah. We have to really realize and accept the fact that failure is part of our life.
Yeah.
So never it's hindi siya talagang requisite siya in journey ng buhay natin, yung failure. So we really have to understand yung failure is always there. And the thing that I can share about failure is do not be afraid to fail. The moment that you become scared of failing, that's the moment that you will not try new things. You will not make decisions, big and bold decisions. You will never do it because you are already afraid to fail. So we have to understand that we have to take failure as something that is just around the corner that may happen one day. And the thing about the presence of failure, once it's there, of course, yung scary, yung fear factor na nandoon, it's really present. Talagang, totoo yun. Yeah. I don't discount, I do not invalidate yung fears when you're faced with failure. Mm-hmm. But the next step would be to really stand up and just ask. Ako, for me, Ron, ang dami kong failure. Sobrang dami. And yung failure, every time I'm faced with failure, I have this failure. I'm so blessed that every time, kasi yung mga failures na binibigay sa atin, these are the things na alam ni God, kaya natin yung mga failure. Yeah. And that's the reason why failure is something that teaches us to become more stronger, correct, that teaches us to become more wiser, mm-hmm, that teaches us to become more resilient, mm-hmm, and really teaching us to have faith more than fear more. Mm-hmm. So those are the great lessons of failure for me. And it's always nice to really share, especially sa mga young people ngayon, na kasi because of the influence of social media and everything, they think that I'm a failure, I'm inferior. No, all of us has that capacity to really stand up, move forward, and make a difference in this life. Yeah.
Totally agree. And the only time you really fail is when you stop trying.
Yeah.
Failure is a temporary state, just like success. Yeah. But you keep going on, and if you're able to really bounce back, it really doesn't matter. It's just another step along the way when you do that. But again, thank you very much for such an amazing episode, Joel. But before I let you go, what's next for NYXSYS? And if people want to work with you and advertise, most likely fully booked na yan. Abang na lang kayo next year. But what's next for NYXSYS? And if they want to work with you or advertise with you, where do they go and how do they do that?
You can find us at our website, nyxsys.ph, mm-hmm, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Mm-hmm. And what is next for NYXSYS? NYXSYS is really on the habit of creating and innovating, mm-hmm, every single day. And everything that we would create or envision present and in the future is really for the growth and the betterment of the industry that we are into right now. So expect more from NYXSYS, and we thank you, PLDT, for being such a amazing partner with us. Amazing in the sense that technology plus PLDT is equals to ROI to success. And thank you, Ron, at the same time for having us here. Thank you for allowing us to share our this time and anything that we can be of encouragement, mm-hmm, to all the people who are watching and listening to your podcast.
No, it was amazing to have you on board, and we learned so much. I'm pretty sure there's going to be one for the books for those people who are listening to this episode. But again, Joel, thank you very much. But before I let you go, follow us on whatever podcast app or what you're listening to, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And if we did say some jargon, it's going to be the show notes on hustleshare.com. If you also want to support the podcast to create great content like this, just like PLDT Enterprise, please do subscribe at premium.hustleshare.com. Again, Joel, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.